Isn't it curious how this one skill, this tiny, almost invisible skill of reframing, isn't just a trick, but the steering wheel of your entire fucking destiny? Because if you zoom out, really zoom out, you start to see every decision you ever made, every risk you ever took or didn't take, was determined not by reality, but by the meaning you gave it. Think about it. Same storm, two sailors. One curses the waves, says, "This sea is trying to kill me." He panics, shrinks, drowns. The other says, "The wind is my engine. This storm is my training." He learns, adapts, survives. Same event, different frame. Two futures split apart like parallel universes. Now chunk it up to the big picture. If you don't master reframing, the side effect isn't just you feel stuck. It's that your future shrinks. You box yourself into the same narrow corridors, replaying the same loops, until one day you look back and think, fuck, I wasted decades serving a prison sentence that never even had walls. That's the karma of not acting, the slow burn of regret, the cancer of what if, the self-betrayal that eats you from the inside out. But when you do master reframing, you multiply futures. You become the kind of person who takes rejection and reframes it as redirection. You lose money and reframe it as tuition for the school of experience. You face heartbreak and reframe it as your initiation into deeper love. And then suddenly, you're living a life that compounds, because every frame shift expands the possibility space that you're operating in. It's like stepping out of a single, flickering, candlelit room into an IMAX theatre with surround sound, lasers and 4D effects. Same you, but multiplied, magnified, electrified. And doesn't science back this up? Neural plasticity. Every time you reframe, you lay down new myelin, strengthen new synapses, alter your brain's chemistry. Dopamine fires, cortisol drops. You literally sculpt your brain like clay on a wheel. Psychoneuroimmunology. Reframing shifts the immune system. People who reframe stress as challenge literally live longer than people who see stress as a curse. You hear that? Your longevity is tied to whether you frame life as growth or punishment. Now imagine yourself 5 years from now, reframing on autopilot. Something bad happens, and your unconscious instantly asks, what's the gift here? How can I bend this into fuel? The answer just appears, effortless, like breathing, like a reflex. And 5 years later, that skill means you've built wealth, resilience, laughter, relationships that thrive. Not because you had no problems, but because you frame problems as portals. Or imagine the opposite. Imagine 5 years of not reframing, still defining every stumble as proof that you're broken, still collapsing every no into a death sentence, still waiting for permission that never comes. 5 years from now, you're older, heavier, with regret, tired of your own excuses. Isn't it wild? The only difference between those two futures is whether you take this now and install it as your operating system. So your unconscious can learn this lesson like a seed exploding into a tree. The roots dig deep, automatic reframing. The trunk grows strong, resilience. The branches stretch wide, possibility. And the fruit, a future full of choices, abundance, love, meaning. And the forest fire that clears the way. That's your old fear, your old shame, burning away into ash. And isn't it fascinating The very fear of doing this, the worry about what others think, is itself a frame begging to be reframed. Because here's the truth. People, they're already judging you, already misunderstanding you, already projecting their own shit onto you. So if you're going to get judged anyway, why not get judged for living free, big, unapologetic? Why not let their confusion be your permission slip? So the question is not, can you do this? You already do it every day without even noticing. The real question is, will you keep doing it unconsciously in ways that shrink you? Or will you upgrade that unconscious pattern into something fucking majestic? And isn't it liberating to realise that right now, as you hear these words, you're unconscious? It's already rewriting code. Installing reframing as default, turning your nervous system into an alchemist that transmutes lead into gold, pain into fuel, problems into doorways. And won't it be exciting to discover in the coming days just how automatic, fun, playful, and unstoppable this becomes? So future you already thanks you for making this choice now. Because this isn't just reframing, this is destiny framing. And the frame you choose today is the life you live tomorrow.